After a battle, you'll be able to interact with your allies back at camp. Press A when near a unit to talk to them. Okay. And you know what? Not to rag on Three Houses too much, but this makes so much more sense than the monastery, especially if you look at the context of like the second half of the game. The knots they tied themselves into to be like, ah yes, we're on a forward advance into enemy territory, but also we need to return back to the monastery every month.
Hey!
Yeah, welcome to our humble base camp. Man, we're not fully voice acted anymore? Lame. Okay, let's try my best Aloy's voice. I assume you are familiar with the Officers' Academy on the grounds of Yarigmak Monastery, yes?
If I'm honest,
The three young people you assisted earlier are heads of the Academy's Three Houses. But you'll find other students, teachers, and even members of the Knights of Saros here at this camp. I fear you caught us in the middle of an annual outdoor activity carried out at the beginning of the Academy school year.
that's concerning.
But the situation became quite the mess when that band of brigands attacked us. I wish we could chat at length, but it seems the three class heads wish to speak with you.
What say you?
Alas, I cannot keep you all to myself. This is a great opportunity for you to bond with your rescuees.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, let's start with Edelgard. She is the one who actually explicitly asked to speak with us, so,
Thank you.
Ah, there you are. Thank you for your assistance in the previous battle. I'd like to discuss your future if you have a moment. My future? You're the one who's like a high school student. Shouldn't you be the one thinking about your future? If you find yourself with no place to go after we accomplish our objective, I'm hoping we might hire you on with the Empire.
What do you think?
I can promise you'll be handsomely paid, including the work you did today. So, what say you? Why would I hire me specifically? I'm just a random guy you ran into in the forest. Who knows, I could have, like, the plague.
Meh.
I'm not usually hired into service by people quite so high up the food chain. Why the special attention? I value your talent now that I've had the ability to see it firsthand. Support points signify the strength of a bond between two units. Units gain support points by giving appropriate answers in conversation, performing actions that make the other happy, or heading into battle together.
On another matter.
By the by, have you spoken with the others here in the camp? If you'd like, I can tell you a little bit about the students in my own house, the Black Eagles. Sure. What about you?
Well, you're certainly not timid. You do realize you're addressing the heir to the Imperial throne, yes?
Yeah?
Still, I suppose I admire that sort of freedom. It must be nice not to have your lot in life decided for you.
Yeah, social mobility. Truly a great thing to have in society. Okay. Let's see. Interesting.
Hubert of House Vestra is my attendant. His family is unusual in that they're noble but lack territory of their own.
Oh, that is quite curious.
Hubert is deeply loyal to me, and you can trust him completely. In fact, I imagine he's quite grateful for what you've already done.
Okay. What do we got?
That's Dorothea Arnold. She's an up-and-coming songstress in a famous Imperial opera company, or she was, at least. For some reason, she abandoned her musical career and enrolled in the Officers' Academy. She has a very magnetic personality, which I'm sure you'll see. That's Dorothea Arnold. For some reason,
Ferdinand?
Have you spoken with Ferdinand? One conversation will explain him far better than I can. He's the heir to an influential house, which drives him to excel. But he can be quite the handful sometimes. One of our classmates usually stays holed up in the dormitory instead of coming on these assignments. Her name is Bernadetta.
Sounds like an underachiever to me.
If you bump into her, don't be surprised if she screams and runs away. That's sort of her thing.
Wait, what is personal space as an action? Press ZR to create a zone of ice that increases critical hit rate? Has a long cooldown. Bernadetta, you never told me in Three Houses you had access to, like, ice magic. Yeesh.
Caspar is the second-born son of a great and noble house. But as he's not the heir, you might say he joined the academy to make his own way. War and fighting are his sole pursuits, so I bet the two of you will get along just fine.
Okay.
Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Surely you know someone like Linhardt. He's as bright as they come, yet just as lazy as well. That's simply how he is, though. I can't force him to apply himself, but he'll come around, most likely.
I'm just now realizing the HP stats are ridiculous. They're like inflated by like 100 times what they are in like the normal game. Ah, hello.
Listen.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am finding you to be quite fascinating. Yes.
Right on.
Hey there, I'm Shez. I'm technically a mercenary, though. I guess right now I'm kinda just a drifter.
That has much difficulty.
I do not have understanding. Where are you drifting to?
Yeah, I don't know.
Through the world? You know, just sorta kicking around with no real end goal.
Oh no.
Hello. Oh, I've healed so many people today that I never want to look at a bandage again. Ah, and who do we have here? No, wait, don't say it. Let me guess.
Got it.
You are a brave vagabond knight who appeared to boldly protect me from those brigands earlier. I'll just roll with it.
Right on.
Oh yeah, that's me, alright. Oh, and the name's Shez, by the way.
Oh.
You're very kind to go along with my little jape.
Well, hi.
Well then, I am Manuela, a professor at the Officers Academy, a doctor, and also a songstress of a world-renowned opera company. Though I have worked myself to the very bone today, so right now I'm merely a sad and lonesome woman. Well, I mean, everyone's got it tough, no? Hello.
Look who has arrived.
Well, well, the mercenary who cut down the leader of those thieves. I must say that was quite the capable display you put on back there. I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate scion of the Eyre family, the foremost house of the Empire. I'll claim I've never heard of him.
Huh?
Sorry, never heard of you.
It cannot be.
My stars! You have truly never heard of House Eyre? I should think even a base sellsword such as yourself would have a passing familiarity.
I am on it.
Clearly I must work harder as a beacon to the common folk, so they might cry the name of my family from one end of the continent to the other. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing.
Are you nuts? Oh.
Hey, Lindhard, wake up! Look, I get that you're tired, but we're leaving at the crack of dawn, remember? The bandit attack stole my chance for sleep, so I must... and who might you be? I'm gonna keep it vague. Oh, I'm nobody really. Just a passing traveler who got sucked into that old bandit fight back there.
Yes, well.
Indeed. Well, I am Lindhart, and it's just about time for me to go to sleep. Farewell.
Whoa there.
We already talked about this. You can't sleep when we're going back to Garreg Mach so soon. Well, sleep on, bro.
How may I help you?
Thank you for cooperating with the heads of the three houses. It seems like the class heads served as decoys to draw out most of the thieves before finding an opportunity to flee. Thanks to that, the others managed to hold fast with only light injuries. Still, it would have been tragic had any of the heads been seriously injured. Or worse. I'm just grateful for all of your help. Well, good to be appreciated for once. Ah, hello. I've heard many things about you. Yes, you are the mercenary we happened to cross.
My thanks.
While I harbor some reservations about you, the fact remains that you assisted Lady Edelgard, and for that I offer my gratitude. I'll question your motives. What are you doing here?
You sure?
I'm not sure if that was a compliment or an insult. How do you explain these reservations to me?
Right.
Apologies if my gratitude did not shine through fully. As for the other matter, my thoughts are mine alone. Okay.
Hello.
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 You must be the mercenary 80 told us about. I'm Dorothea. You've heard about the Officers Academy, right? Well, pretty much all of this year's students from Black Eagle House are here at the moment. Well, except for Bernadetta, which is sadly typical. She stayed behind because she was terrified of the idea that we might be attacked in the woods. Can't believe she ended up being right. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to ramble. Has anyone ever told you that you're surprisingly easy to talk to? Well, it helps, you know, actually verbalizing thoughts and having well laid out personality. Hello.
What did you need?
Can't believe they talked me into going on this trip. It'll be fun, they said. Nothing ever happens. And then bam! Disaster and danger everywhere. I thought I was gonna die out there. I was swinging my spear at anything that got within range, but then some girl from the Officers Academy showed up and led me to safety. I tell you, kids these days are graceful and strong. Nothing like the useless punks from my day. Okay, so that is the Black Eagles thoroughly explored. Now, I guess we're into Blue Lion territory.
You have my thanks.
Let me begin by first conveying my gratitude to you, Shez. We are in your debt.
Speaking of which,
Also, I examined the map earlier, and the village where you are headed seems to be a little more to the east. Thank you.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I checked the map earlier, but couldn't tell where in the woods I actually was. Well, I'm glad I could be of service. I hope you are able to reach your destination this time.
by the way,
You'll be staying until sunrise, yes? I hope you'll take the opportunity to converse with the others here. Of course, now that I've sprung the idea on you so suddenly, you'll likely find yourself at a loss as to whom you ought to speak to.
how about this?
On that note, I would be more than happy to give you an introduction to any Blue Lion House students. What about Ingrid?
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Icy plunge. Enemies sent flying, explode, and deal. What's with all these people suddenly having ice damage? I'm confused. Wasn't a demon 3 houses, I don't think.
Sylvain is the son of Margrave Gautier. You may have already noticed, but he's something of a womanizer. That may be putting it lightly, in fact. But despite his apparent indifference, he possesses great cunning and is quicker on his feet than anyone else here. I've known him long, so I'm well aware.
Gordian Stroke. At 300 hits and above, increased attack range of damage dealt proportional to the hit count. Interesting.
Sylvain is the son.
sorry.
But
What about this Annette?
Annette is the hardest worker in the entirety of the Blue Lion House. She is truly brilliant. I could stand to learn from her single-minded devotion, if only a little.
Okay, good to know.
In the far south of Fargus lies a manor by the name of Castle Gaspar. Ash is the adopted son of that castle's lord, Bonato. He's an honest boy, well deserving of our trust. I'd like to get to know him better someday, should the opportunity arise. In the far south, I only first met her here at the academy. She seems a gentle soul with great inner strength. From what I understand, she has traveled far and wide throughout both the Empire and the Kingdom. Perhaps that explains her demeanor.
Perhaps.
Felix is the son of Duke Fraldarius. He has a sharp wit and even sharper tongue. But he's a good person at his core. I can attest to that. He has always admired strength above all else in a fighter. I imagine the two of you will make fast friends.
Perhaps. What does move do? As a stat. Yeah, whatever.
Dedu hails from the
I
land
guess it's
of
just probably
dusk.
walk speed.
Perhaps you've heard of it.
No.
He tends to keep to himself, but he possesses one of the kindest hearts of anyone I know. I'm proud to call him my vassal. Speak to him, and you'll see why.
Okay. And as for the man himself?
Your interest flatters me, but I'm afraid I find myself unsure of where to begin. Perhaps I'll have thought of a topic when next we speak. But you're leaving for that village soon, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Alright. As for the people, hello, did you?
It's you. My thanks.
You assisted His Highness and have my gratitude. I will see this debt repaid. Don't worry about it, man. I just chipped in a little at the end there.
No.
Little or no, I must offer thanks.
I see.
To be honest, I'd like to treat you to a meal, but we lack the time. We'll reschedule it, alright? Why, hello there.
Heya!
Oh, you're that mercenary. It's great to meet you. I'm Annette, and this is my best friend, Mercedes.
Hello there.
It's nice to make your acquaintance. Have you already spoken with the others? I've spoken to a couple. Most of them, yeah. You've got a real cast of characters here.
The thing is...
Well, isn't someone a go-getter?
That's right.
We haven't even talked to everyone yet, but that's because we only just started the Officers Academy. You probably know them better than we do. Okay. Ah,
It's you.
you're the new merc, right? Jez? The boar says you had some skill. You'll have to give me a demonstration before we head out. Of course! Deal! I can clear some time before sunrise. Looking forward to it. Hello, Knights?
It's you.
We've held these kinds of outdoor activities countless times, but I've never seen anything like this happen. Plus, we've got 3 high-ranking noble children here, so the guard was more than double that of a usual year. To think that they were nearly killed by some pack of base brigands. It's a real mess, make no mistake. And now I have to find a way to explain it all to Lady Rhea. Ugh. Ah, yes, you two, hello.
Hello there.
Thanks.
Hello, friend. You're the one who helped Dimitri, right? Well, we all owe you for that. If you need a meal, it's on me.
I appreciate it.
I'm grateful as well. I'd offer my thanks with a meal too, but I heard that you'll be leaving us shortly. Man, I've already got 3 meals promised me by the Blue Lions. I don't know. Maybe I will go with them. Yeah, way to a man's heart is to his stomach and all.
Can we speak a
Maybe.
moment?
Oh, and I don't believe I got your name. I'm mysterious. Me, my name's not important. I'm just a passing mercenary after all. Yeah, I can tell you're way more than just that. Still, you must have your reasons, so I won't pry.
Not good.
A shame we don't have the time to get to know each other a little better, though. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Hello? Oh, you're one of the people. Hi.
Hey there.
Oh, you must be that mercenary I've been hearing about. I'm Ash, and I'm a student at Garrick Mock's Officer Academy. Do you know about the academy? See, there are 3 houses, each based on where a person is from. I've heard of it. Oh, I've heard of it, alright. One of my employers, a little ways back, couldn't shut up about how he'd gone to the place.
Right.
Ha ha ha. I can see that. Lots of influential nobles and royals from all over study at the academy. I actually find it pretty daunting to always be surrounded by the rich and powerful. It's a lot easier to talk to someone like you. Well, I'm glad you think so.
A moment of your time. Quite.
I am Hanneman, a professor at the Officers Academy. I heard tell of your recent exploits and wish to express my thanks. Oh, and on another matter, do you possess a crest? You're barking up the wrong tree.
Let's see.
I know practically nothing about crests, but I'm still pretty sure I'd know if I had one. Truly? You have never investigated the subject? People are not always aware of the power of their own crests, you know.
All in all,
Listen well now. Crests are a power that dwells in the blood, and they are passed down through the generations from parent to child. Those with crests may excel at magic, or perhaps have the ability to wield powerful weapons known as heroes' relics. If you were to come to my residence at the monastery, I could take the time to conduct a full investigation if you like. Yeah, but I mean, I got like a village to go through. Or so I've been telling people.
Thanks.
Hey friend, appreciate what you did back there. We'd have been in a whole world of hurt without you. Oh, and regarding compensation, Eloise told me not to pay you personally. I guess they want to handle it as a church thing. Sorry about that. I understand. Hey, as long as I get paid, I don't care who's handing over the coin. You're definitely a mercenary, alright.
Speaking of,
Have you talked with the others here at camp?
how's that?
I can tell you a little bit about the students in my Golden Deer house. What about you?
Who, me? I'm more curious about you personally.
Well, we'll say it's mutual then, eh?
If you don't have anything better to do, I'd be glad to have you join us at Garrett Mock.
Okay.
Have you met him yet? At first, I thought he was real serious and persnickety. But that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him chatting up every girl in the monastery.
Of course.
Hilda's the only daughter of Duke Goneril. Seems like she had a pretty cushy life growing up. Which means she's gotten into the habit of slacking off and making other people do things for her.
But crazy enough, in Three Houses, she's actually a really good unit.
He's a pretty friendly guy. Though it'd be nice if he talked about something other than muscles.
How'd meals? Did that work?
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. He's had it pretty rough. Don't ever treat her like a child. I made that mistake earlier and she nearly took my head off. But she's clearly the youngest out of this year's students, so I don't get what the big deal is. Just another pampered noble, I guess. Don't ever...
I get it, Claude. I won't treat her as a child, don't you worry.
Ignatz likes the great outdoors. Definitely more than the rest of us, anyway. He's the second son of a merchant family, but says he wants to be a knight. He doesn't really seem suited for it, though. Maybe his parents are making him do it.
Perhaps. Hopefully not.
Oh, Marianne? She's Margrave Edmund's daughter, but that's all I know about her. She doesn't interact with the other students at all. I'll admit, she intrigues me.
And Leon.
Leonie wants to be a mercenary. I bet you two would have lots to talk about.
Perhaps.
You're both pretty frank, too. I just hope you're not as obsessed with saving money as she is.
Well, it kind of comes with the territory. Looks like Dawn's almost here. Well, hello, you two. Hey, you're a new face. Are you a student from one of the other houses? You must be the mercenary we've been hearing so much about. What was your name again?
Right on.
Yeah, I'm Shez. Good to meet you. What house are you guys with?
No problem.
We're in Claude's house, the Golden Deer. But we're just regular old common folk. Due to the nature of Leicester, we have more students from the commoner class than the other houses.
Please?
I'd imagine you're a commoner yourself, with being a mercenary and all. Don't you call me a commoner. I have a weird deity-like being living in my head. That's gotta count for something in this world.
Hello?
You're that mercenary everyone's talking about. Shez, was it? You're not attempting to curry favor with the children of the nobility in pursuit of some nefarious aim, are you? Maybe I am. What are you gonna do about it? Nah, I was just helping out some strangers. Still, it's always good for a merc to have folks like that in his debts. I see. And do you think our mercenary friend is someone worthy of trust, Marianne? What, me?
I'm busy.
Well, either way, we need to be going. We're busy. I really am missing the full voice acting. Let me tell you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this nonsense. If you aren't, then please eviscerate me in the comments.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey. Are you the mercenary who helped Claude out of that little jam?
Huh.
I heard you're super strong, so I was kind of picturing you as one of those huge bodybuilders or something. Sorry to disappoint, I'm just your average guy.
Aw.
Too average if you ask me. Talk about a letdown. Oh, come on, I'm just joking. You're are pretty easy to talk to, so I couldn't help myself.
Thanks.
Anyways, thanks for helping Claude out. Anytime. And by anytime, I mean anytime he's, like, in danger of getting, like, killed by people.
Well met.
Do you know about the 3 houses at the Officers Academy? I only ask because you seem a little dense. No offense. Anyway, you've got the Black Eagle House, which is home to folks from the Adrestian Empire. Then there's the Blue Lion House, which is made of individuals from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. And finally, there's Golden Deer House, which has people from the Leicester Alliance. Thanks.
Oh, hey.
Hey, aren't you that merc who helped out Claude and the others?
So,
I'm actually gunning to become a mercenary myself. And that's why I enrolled at the Officers Academy. Rain on her parade. Nah, you don't want to. I'll encourage her, yeah.
Right on.
In that case, I hope we end up working together.
thanks.
Hey, thanks. I'll give it all I got.
I'll do it.
I'm going to work myself to the bone so I can be just as strong as the captain someday. What captain? Gerald, I guess, maybe? I don't know. But I'm confused.
Ah, it is you.
Ah, you must be the famed mercenary of the woods who stepped in unbidden to aid Claude. As the noble representative of the Leicester Alliance, I must offer you my thanks. Oh, I thought it was House Regan who represented the Alliance. On the surface, perhaps, but the reality of the thing is quite different. The one who bears the future of Leicester on his shoulders is none other than myself. After all, I am Lawrence Hillman Gloucester. Well, someone has a good opinion of themselves. High opinion, perhaps. Maybe too high.
Greetings.
Eloise told me all about what happened. Thank you for assisting the class heads. Had anything happened to the students, we all would have paid in heartache and worse. I probably would have lost my head if I'm being perfectly honest.
By the way,
It reminds me of the previous term when a student who returned home from the academy went missing and... forgive me, I'm rambling. Well, hello there.
Hey,
I can't believe how quickly those thugs set upon us. The class heads ran off, people were shouting orders, but it was a right mess. Say, who are you anyway? I don't remember. Hey, you're one of the surviving brigands, aren't you? Someone, anyone, help! Quit jumping to conclusions. Look at this. Look at my character design. Is this the sort of character design they would give to a random brigand? I say to you, nay. Alright, Eloise, I'm leaving. Ah, Shez, have you spoken with the house leaders yet?
That's concerning.
What, you're leaving? Well, that won't do.
If I'm honest,
Actually, I was hoping I could ask something of you. Would you hear me out? You're trying to hire me on as a professor. I might consider it.
My sincere apologies for asking this of you. I know you're heading for Ramire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but,
What?
well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garrigmach Monastery instead.
Come on, I'm just a guy. I can wield a sword decently enough. I mean, dime a dozen in this time period, I'm sure. There's nothing that special about me, I assure you, okay? That being said, if you're offering me an employment, then yeah, I might consider it.
and why would I do that exactly?
Because you've done us a great service, and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you.
Yeah, this actually does make quite a bit of sense. We should go with the guy.
At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full.
Okay.
Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church.
I don't see what that has to do with me.
We allowed students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that.
Again, I'm not sure that has anything to do with me.
And then they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone.
Wait a minute, are you insinuating that I would be spreading this tale far and wide of the time I bravely saved the house leaders, the heirs to the nations of the world, when the church failed them in securing their safety? And then by so doing, ruin the reputation of the church and boost my own image amongst the people? I can hardly imagine such a thing occurring.
So you see why we must ensure you are well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign. Perhaps in blood.
Excuse me? What is that last bit?
This sounds more like hush money than a reward.
I mean, it's still money, though, is the thing.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back.
What does this world come to? You go save some heirs to some houses, the next thing you know, you're a practical prisoner of the people who you just rescued.
Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
Uh-huh. I mean, I could give you my postcode, and maybe you could give me the reward that way.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy. Well, what do you think? Garrick Mock is in the opposite direction of where we need to be. But this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
I mean, yeah, it's a good, lucrative opportunity to perhaps get some money, so we will go of our own volition.
I guess I'm not opposed to helping out a little more. I'll come with you to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Of course, yeah.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are.
Actually, I'm a commoner, as I've been informed by some of the students. You should tell them to watch their tongues. They can't be throwing slurs around like that.
I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
The joke itself is good. The delivery, though, could use some work. I'll give you a 6.
Alois, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are simply too painful to bear.
Alright, Arvel, you're growing on me.
While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Told me what?
That you are a good negotiator.
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man could pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it.
Yes, yes. I do have to ask, what is the deal with the one shoulder plate, though? It's, like, comically large.
There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garrick Mock. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add.
How have you heard that? It's just been between me and him. Are y'all eavesdroppers? Monastery of eavesdroppers.
I know this wasn't in your plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Man, quit flirting with me, Edelgard. Sheesh.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us. But, well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business.
Well, your lovely knight friend who's accompanying you here has threatened me, so I appreciate the regret, but simultaneously it's not really doing much for me.
The knights may seem unwilling to bend, but it's not as if you have no say in the matter.
Look. I don't want to come across as weak. This is what I would do.
Actually, I see this as just another chance to better myself.
You are more gracious than I. But, as I see you've made peace with it, I will leave the matter be.
Yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Claude. I know you will.
Hey, hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind.
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance. I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
I guess we'll just start from top down.
Seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries. It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me, every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king. The kind who looks after his people.
Certainly. Very mentally stable, that one.
Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course, you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately? Still, you'd better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Prologue.
Prologue.
Oh.
3 Houses.
Right, I forgot you do this job.
Deep in the forest, the mercenary meets a trio of youths, each a student at Garreg Mach's Officers' Academy, and a leader of one of the school's 3 houses.
Yeah, I know, I was there.
Striking down the bandit chief who attacked the students brings undue attention to the mercenary, who soon arrives at the hallowed gates of Garreg Mach.
Garreg Mach, Church of Ceros. Nice shots, nice panoramic there.
And with that, may I present the mercenary I spoke of?
Yes, hello.
Greetings. My name is Rhea, and I am the Archbishop of the Church of Ceros.
Yes, I was told I'd be getting a reward.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart for rescuing our students.
You gotta understand context. Normally, I'd play this guy as being very prideful, but I'm in the presence of what is effectively the Pope. Some humility, I think, is called for.
I'm just glad I could help.
Such modesty is not required around me. Your actions were truly commendable.
Man, I feel like I miscalled that one now.
However, the reason we summoned you here was not simply to express our gratitude.
Okay.
We have a proposal for you. One made on behalf of the church itself.
Okay, so how much gold is it gonna be?
What kind of proposal?
Someone told you of the Officers' Academy here at the monastery, yes?
Of course, yeah.
We would have you join this academy as a student.
Students. I see. Uh-huh. No, this isn't feeding into my inferiority complex I've got going with the Ashen Demon, not at all.
You what?
Though you are a mercenary, I understand you are not currently beholden to any one particular employer. Also, the students you rescued are close to your own age. Your life could be greatly enriched here.
I guess I do. I guess my goal in life is to train to get stronger, so I guess a formalized military school is probably a decent idea.
Or she's heard about our power and wants to keep us on a short leash.
Marvel, why you gotta be so down on things?
And yet she's taking it almost as a given that we'll accept. It's infuriating.
Question though, is room and board free? If so, well, that would impact my decision. What happens if I turn her down?
Sorry, but the world's got other plans for me. I can't afford to stay here forever.
Oh, this would not be forever. You would only be enrolled for 1 year.
There is quite a big difference between those two things.
Bear in mind that the Knights of Ceros and many other powerful warriors pass through these gates.
Ah, good for networking. Alrighty. Yeah, I was skeptical when it was just education, but now that we've added networking to the mix, count me in.
Whether you seek to someday become an officer or simply increase your own strength, this environment will undoubtedly aid in your pursuits.
They've really talked us into a corner here. I think I see where this is going.
Okay, yep.
Alright, I'm in.
A wise decision.
That sounded a bit threatening.
We will do all we can to ensure you do not regret it.
I believe you will go far.
If I may, permit me to tell you a bit more about the school itself.
Sure.
The academy is divided into 3 houses and draws in the most promising young talents from every corner of Fodlan. Some are noble-born, while others spring from more humble roots. But within these walls, all are treated as equals. We ask our prospects to spend a year living under the same dormitory roof, so they can challenge each other, work hard, and grow together.
Each of our houses corresponds to one of Fodlan's 3 regions. Edelgard leads the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Dimitri leads the Blue Lion House, home to students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. And Claude leads the Golden Deer House, for students from the Leicester Alliance.
We could select a house for you ourselves, but as all of this was our idea, perhaps we should leave this decision to you.
Yes, that would be nice. Give me at least some freedom of choice in this world.
You are something of a special case, after all.
How so?
So I can join any house I want?
Yes, you have simply to name it.
Okay, so we got Black Eagles, Blue Lions, or Golden Deer. I mean, I'll be honest. It's not a difficult choice for me. Black Eagles all the way.
So you wish to join Edelgard's Black Eagles. Are you certain?
Of course.
Yep, that's the one. I'm sure of it.
May you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Well then, with that taken care of, it's time to decide which of us will supervise which house.
Surely I don't have a role in that. Also, is Yuritsa actually going to be a character in this game? Wow. Neat.
Yes, it turns out we just underwent a last-minute roster change. I guess you two haven't met. This is Professor Yuritsa, our weapons instructor.
It's a military academy. Shouldn't most of you be versed in weapons? I get there's like tactics and like supply lines and stuff, that logistics, different things, which I'd imagine everyone's at least got a passing familiarity, no? Especially for like the house leader, like that's like your homeroom. It should be kind of general knowledge available there, yeah?
Hello.
I love this guy's voice. Hello.
Nice meeting you, sir. Don't load me up with too much homework, all right?
Do my ears deceive me? Or is that curiosity I hear in your voice, Professor Yuritsa? I thought all the houses were the same to you. Perhaps you should be in charge of our new student's house,
I don't care. You decide.
Well, you'll certainly hear no objections from me. Professor Manuela, you and I can take charge of the remaining houses.
What? It's decided already? I was at least expecting a fight. Maybe some hair pulling? And as for you, my mysterious new student, I look forward to getting to know you much, much better throughout the year.
Uh-huh.
The gall of these people making decisions for you. It's enough to make one's head spin.
When technically speaking, they're just dealing with administrative divisions of labor at the moment. It's a bit above my pay grade. Given that I'm a student, I guess I don't even have a pay grade, but, you know.
Right. In any case, I'm looking forward to learning from you, Professor Yuritsa.
I'll inform you of our first mission soon.
I'll be curious to see
Sorry, what mission?
what the Garreg experience is like without Violet as a professor. That was such a key part of the culture of the Academy, I found, but now there is no such thing.
Oh, did we fail to mention that? Each month, every house in the Academy is given a mission entailing some form of service to the church.
The students of the Black Eagle House are now playable. We got Edelgard, sweet, Hubert, Dorothea, Ferdinand, Bernadetta, Caspar, Petra, and Lindhart.
Well, what do you think? I believe there is a very good chance it will work.
What exactly, Edelgard? Do tell.
Perhaps, Lady Edelgard.
But is that chance not outweighed by the danger of matters going awry? We have managed to walk the knife's edge so far, but what you are suggesting is open hostility. If they so much as catch wind of our intentions, things will go sideways very quickly.
Regardless, this is our last opportunity to save her. Frankly, it's a miracle we even have the chance.
Save who?
I thought you once proclaimed not to believe in miracles, Lady Edelgard.
And I don't. At least not the kind one has to sit around and wait for. But right now, everyone is exactly where we need them. Her, the bandits, the string pullers, and the perfect instructor with the perfect mission.
Edelgard, you sounded a bit nefarious at the moment.
I'm going to make this miracle happen, and I will do so for our future.
Then we'd best have a plan in place to finish the job, in case they catch on. I expected you to burn a few bridges, but this plan would be akin to setting half the countryside on fire.
Which is exactly why I'm counting on you, Hubert, and why I'm grateful to have you by my side. Welcome to the Black Eagle House. I'm pleased you selected us.
The whiplash. Oh, look at me in my uniform.